Judges number 55 on the calendar in the matter of Boyer versus Lord.
Thank you, Bird.
You see it, please.
Well, Mr. Boyer, says here in your complaint that Miss Lord is your neighbor.
I live across the street from her, Your Honor.
Across the street. And that you've called everyone from the mayor to the police to the city council on Miss Lord because all night long she blasts her radio.
That's correct. And what sounds like a car alarm, not just a radio.
And you've asked her to stop, but she refuses to stop.
That is correct.
Now, Miss Lord.
Yes.
I've read your answer.
Yes.
You don't deny that you play this noise.
I do not.
But you say you're playing this noise because your direct neighbor, one who lives right next door to you, someone by the name of Burgos Vibat.
Correct.
He makes noise that you hear all the time in your house.
More than here, suffer from.
The only way you think that you can get Mr. Vibat to be quiet is to make everybody else in the neighborhood suffer a little bit so that they'll all get on his back.
Right.
So I got it right. How long have you been living in your house?
We've been living in our house since 1980.
And Miss Lord, how long have you been living in
I
that
bought
house?
my home in 1982. That would make it 14 years.
And when did Mr. Vibat invade?
I think he bought his home in 1987.
Miss Lord, why don't you take some action against the real perpetrator, who was Mr. Vibat?
I have taken action.
What have you done?
Mr. Boyer filed suit against me. That gave me an idea. I immediately filed suit against Mr. Vibat for $5,000. I followed his example.
Well, you should have done
And-
that earlier.
It didn't occur to me. I was trying everything else, believe me.
Do you want to tell me what these signs
I
are?
put these signs in my windows, and they're there till this day. I took them down yesterday so I
Dear
could bring them
neighbors, I
down
beg
to
your help.
LA.
I am awakened all night by bangs down by the Vibats. Please ask them to stop banging down on me. Mrs. Lord, and your phone number. You should never put your phone number in, if that's your phone number.
My phone number. Nobody ever called me.
She acknowledges that she is making noise in her house to purposefully annoy all of her neighbors.
Yes.
And she is saying that until all the neighbors band together to get rid of Mr. Vibat, she is going to continue to make everybody's life miserable. Mrs. Lord, you are a charming lady.
Thank you.
I
think you're charming too.
Thank you. I have not. Thank you. At the risk of being disrespectful, you can't be a pest to all of your neighbors. They are entitled to the peaceful enjoyment of their home, just as you are. Absolutely, just as you are. But I'm not hearing the case now against either Mr. Vibat or the city council. I'm hearing the case of these innocent people who have been caused to suffer because you are protesting something that has nothing to do with them. And Ms. Lord, you have to stop. And if the only way to get you to stop is to start charging you money for this violation, then I am going to start charging you money. But this award of money that I'm making to you today is up until today's date. I'm making that very... No. Yeah, now you have to be quiet. No, listen to me. Now you have to be quiet. I want you to understand this, that this award that I am making to you today is by way of a warning. It's going to cost her $1,500 if she does it tonight, if you file suit. It'll cost her $1,500 again next week if you file suit. You've got to take your anger out at the right people. The judgment of this court, listen to me,
finished my presentation.
You finished.
I
But I
haven't.
finished. It's
I haven't.
$1,500 and you better stop playing that noise.